Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the OzNZ Community Podcast. Um, I have a very old, long-term player with me who's been around a fair few teams. We're going to talk about his journey across Hill Climb Racing 2. Welcome to the podcast, Brandan. How are you?
Yourself, Eva. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
No, that's all right. No problems. No problems. So I kind of brushed over that entrance a little bit, but you have been around a fair bit. When did you start playing Hill Climb Racing 2? Did you play Hill Climb Racing 1?
Oh, long story. I actually hopped the first game of Hill Climb Racing 2 was actually started in November 2016 by a YouTuber called IONOI.
Yeah.
And he was pretty interesting. I saw his channel and his videos were like, this seems a pretty cool game to play. And I hopped on, I downloaded it for the first time. And I was like, this is like the insane game I ever played for my whole
Yep.
life.
Yep. So that got you hooked. So you never played Hill Climb Racing 1?
That I did hop on Hill Climb Racing 1 back in 2018, because I never
Okay.
played the first one before.
You never played the first one. Yeah, fair enough. And once you go to number 2, there's no point going to number 1.
Yeah.
Although that's my opinion, but I mean the fact that Fingersoft still edit the game and update the game and everything else is pretty cool because it's
They
been
have improved a lot, actually. Not gonna lie.
yeah yeah they have improved a fair bit. We'll get on to a little bit of that later because I want to hear your thoughts on how the game has changed and evolved. But we'll get to that in a minute. So when when you started, you played cups and adventure, or did you go looking for a
I
team? Or actually, no, you started early, so there was no teams.
Yeah, I did start it early. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was no team. So, I mean, at any time, have you gotten to the point where you thought, no, the game needs more to keep me, into the game? Or
Oh, I'll probably say yeah, but it has changed a lot though. So I can't really tell much about back in the present
yeah,
days when the games changed. So
yeah, that's all right. That's all right. But so you started playing cups and adventure.
yes,
Uh,
I did.
yep. Okay. And did you use just one vehicle, or did you try and mix up what you were doing and use all the vehicles, or was it just?
I used different types of vehicles to figure out which one's faster and which one's better to use in cups. And I pretty much just try to mix it around, see which one is better for me to play, and
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Interesting. So teams come out. What was your go-to? How did you start getting into the teams of the team aspect of this game?
So the first team I would love to say is that the first team I actually joined from an actual Australian team called Woke. That
Oh wow. Okay. This is
Yes,
gonna this is gonna shake the tree a bit.
I know. I actually joined a team Woke, but I think you were in Work with me, or you might be in another team called Down Under.
Yeah, I was. Oh no! I started. My original team journey started with a team called Oldies,
Oh,
and that
okay.
and that was well before old. So Oldies was early, and then I went from Oldies to one of the Tessa teams. So I went looking for a team, and I went from there to Tessa's team, and I reckon we crossed paths after Woke merged with all those other teams and became Oz NZ.
Yes.
Yeah, so because I moved unless you played on ZZ or oh my god, I don't know. I had a few teams between because Tessa's team basically stopped when we lost our first match. So we were
That's,
this was
oh,
before it was called Team Cat. So and this was before the CC divisions and all that sort of stuff. So we had it was a restart team, and I joined at about 21 straight wins, and we stopped at 54 straight wins when we got beaten by a Brazilian team, which was
Oh,
an which was a really epic. It was probably one of my favourite matches, right? But and then from there, you can't beat me. Dragged me because I'd played with him on Team Cat and on ZZ and a couple of others. And he reached out to me and said, "Hey, why don't you join this AusNZ team?" And Woke would have been rolled into the AusNZ team at the time, and that's where we
oh,
would have crossed paths. And that would have been early 2019, I reckon.
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon.
Yep. Yeah. So you went from Woke, and you were enjoying Woke.
I did enjoy work as much as I did, and then I think I decided to leave. I don't know why, to join another team called Oz Races.
Oz Races. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Um, so yeah, I joined that team by the leader called D's Nut Salt.
Oh, these nuts. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck, this is going back. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. This is going back through all of those names that I've kind of not forgotten, but raced with amongst lots of things. So yeah, D's Nuts was a really good player.
Also, he was a pretty much an OG player when I started. I was mostly like chilling with their team. I was hanging out with Lanta, I think that's what his name was, and there was another one. Um, actually don't know what the other one is.
No, that's all right. That's all right. This is going back 6 and 7 years. So
It has
uh,
to be.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah. They introduced me to them, and I enjoyed the team. And then I think maybe like a couple months later, I must have left, and then probably younger self me had to started to join other teams that I don't know when, and then I think I came across to Oz and Z later on.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, there was some pretty good names on Woke. Some pretty good players on Woke as well. So, which kind of come across. It was funny as I had a guy. It was a guy on Woke called Loco.
Oh, I think
Uh,
I remember him actually.
yeah, and the funniest part was I actually knew Loco personally because I'd crossed paths with him in Adelaide many years before. And when I saw him post, and I thought, that sounds. He started saying something, and I thought, I know that, that comment, I know that person. I reached out to him and I said, mate, did you ever own a Supra? And he was just like, yeah, like, who are you, So that was quite hilarious, quite hilarious. So big shout out to Loco on your Pete, not our Pete, another Pete.
Oh
So
yes,
yeah, I think it was Loco 22. I think his name was in the game.
I think it
Anyway,
was.
I know he is still playing, but I don't think he's on a team because because you can see who's still playing and when they last played the game, which is one of the updates of the game, which is I thought was pretty cool. When was the last time they played? Um, when you go through your friends list, which you were 3 hours ago, I can tell. So yeah, so okay, you bounced into AusNZ, and where did that go from there? What did you do from there?
I think this is when things gone downhill for Oz and Z, because when they noticed me, I was like but having fun with the team and stuff. I'm meeting new people, and then this is when I decided to leave because I have so many people asking me this, that why I keep leaving Oz and Z so many times.
Yep.
Well, younger self me like to
Hey, look. No. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing what you're putting down.
So it's like it likes to like join getting these back in the divisions that had higher rewards. I wanted to get higher rewards to gain my account
GP.
higher, better
Yep.
vehicles, upgrade as fast as
Yeah,
I can.
for sure.
And I just keep leaving and rejoining. I think maybe like 15 or 20 times. Then they officially decided to ban. I think they booted me out permanently because of what I had been doing. Was I mean fair enough on them. It was wrong. So
That's all right.
yeah, but now it's all back in the past of me. So like
Yeah, no, that's
at
fine.
least the Oz and Z community has gone better. So I hope this keeps going up. So um, big fan.
Yeah. No. Well, we've had a few iterations of this podcast, and I'm hoping that I can continue it going even on my own.
Oh
And
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. I've got another couple of episodes still lined up as well, so there's still content coming. But yeah, it's a hard slog, I must say. Doing everything myself is a hard slog. So
yeah.
I'm doing my best, balancing work, balancing life, balancing everything else, and still playing the game as often as I can, playing all my tickets. I don't do
Yeah.
very many cups anymore. I don't do much adventure either, but I do play my tickets, and I've got two accounts. So that's a question. Do you have one account only, or more than one account?
Actually, I actually do have another account. It is actually the leader of Mighty Ruse.
Mighty Roos. So these are all Australian-based teams, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. So I suppose the question um, is Brandon your actual name, or is it just a name in the game, or?
Actually, it is my real name.
You're like Pete.
No, but
You're like
with
Pete.
the
It's like, oh
username,
my god. Sorry?
I was going to say the username with the length. I was going to put the Oz and Z and put my name, but it wouldn't even fit in.
Wouldn't even
So
fit in there. Too long. Yeah. No. Brandon. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Because there are people who go, oh, what's your real name? It's not Eva.
I
Okay. Well, it's
actually,
not.
the game that I started with Hill Climb, I was trying to figure out what name do I want to put in,
Yep.
but I couldn't even come up with any names. I just wanted to put just my name, and yeah.
Here we are.
Yep.
So, have you had any team highlights? Have you had any team matches that you've really enjoyed?
Okay. Gotta think
Sorry,
of this.
I'm putting you under the spot here. I
No,
like
you're
it.
good.
I like it.
So I gotta say the best one I could say is that 5 time attack with 5 tracks. I
Yep.
think that's like maybe back in 2019.
Yep.
Um, I think that has to be. I don't know what they're called. Um, but it's one of my favorite best tracks. It had to be. It's on like Verzashak's top tier best tracks.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it, and I'll link it to this podcast episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I must say those 4 and 5, where it is basically just speed runs,
Yes.
where it's not how good you are with jump shocks and not how good you are with this or that, are my favourites as well. They're the ones that get you going because it's like one small mistake and you've gone from hero to zero. It's terrible, but it's frustrating, but frustrating enough that you want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Um, so do you have a highlight of team that you've played on? Like, what's your favourite team you've ever played on?
Oh, my favorite team. All right. Oh, can I name like 3 best teams I like,
Yeah,
or can
why
I just?
not? Why not? Why not? Let's do it.
So I'll say number one would have to be one of the best teams I would go back in 2019 would be Woke.
Okay.
Number two, I'll
Can I
probably say
ask? Can I ask why?
work. I just like the name work.
I was hoping for more than that. Sorry.
It's based on an Australian. I was looking for like an Australian team that I can fit into because
Yep.
most teams I go into are not really Australian based.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just like to see some Australian people just have a good time saying like "G'day, mate." Like that's like pretty much Australian. That's all.
yeah. No, I must say there was a camaraderie amongst the team that I saw when the collision. All those teams collided in um in Oz NZ. There was this group of people that just liked to be amongst it, and they were part of the reason why things like Brobot and all that other stuff kind of come into the fray. There was just such a great camaraderie amongst the team that I think is that kind of what you're getting at?
I'll say yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, very cool. So, sorry, what was your second team?
So my second team is can't let this go. Would
Yeah.
be the Oz Races, another
Yep.
one based on Australian team with D's Nuts as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So that is also my favorite one as well for number two.
Yep.
Number three, I'll have to go maybe with Tessa Cat on this one.
Yeah.
TNT.
TNT. Yeah, yeah.
Good old TNT.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I must say the camaraderie in there has been pretty cool. You're playing on there, aren't you? Or you have played on there?
I have played on the team with Tessa before.
Yep. Yep.
What was it about? Um, it's like first time like talking to the leader and stuff like I want to have a go play on this team, and she noticed that I was good at team events
Yep.
as well with the strategies and techniques,
Yep.
and she accepted me to be in the team. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, she's Tessa's quite a lovely person. Yeah, quite a lovely person. Had a lot of respect for her. So, yeah. No,
yes,
definitely. Definitely, definitely. Okay. So TNT, I'm still on TNT with my alt. It's been there I'm going to say 3 years now.
3 years.
Probably longer. I don't want to go back and check it.
Fair
But
enough.
I think I think I joined with about 5 or 6,000 GP back in the day, and they made a spot for me, and I've built the GP on that account with that team for ever since I joined. So yeah, 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 no. Um, all right. Let's get a bit of your take on what you think of mastery. I'm curious. What is your take on mastery?
Mastery. When the Mastery came out, it did look awesome with they have cool abilities, buffed it up the vehicles more, and especially with the fourth tuning slot,
Yep.
people are loving it. Especially with me, because when I grind out my Mastery Super Diesel, I've been getting heaps of local records in Australia.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So yes, or we could just say that I'm mostly a time attack player that I
Yeah.
have been throughout maybe one or two clans that they accepted me in, and yeah,
Hang on. Are you talking about? Did you try and get into RS? Is that my memory serving me correctly? Did you try and get into RS back in the day?
I tried to get into RS, but I don't think they see me as a good player enough. I did try
Yep.
it harder and harder, but then I'm not sure if they rejected me or they assumed that you're just like, nah, you're not good enough. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
Had
it,
pretty high standards though.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. good enough with the clans and stuff, but I have been one accepted in the clan was Blade Runners.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yes.
Nice. Nice.
I think we're meant to talk about masteries instead of time attack.
No, but mastery. But that was the thing about mastery. Mastery made the game because there were people who were complaining about, what mastery would do to time attack world records, and what mastery would do to time attack to adventure records. So there was a double prong thing where the adventure players were all a bit, oh my god, we don't want this, and the time attack players were also in the same boat. But what I think, um, like yourself, people have taken on mastery and then just gone back to what they were doing and added an extra part or added a different strategy because, um, the thing with these time attack tracks is it's about getting from one hard point to the next hard point in the quickest way and with momentum, and that makes you quicker across the entire track. And an extra part could be the difference between getting from one hard point to the next. And then once you do that, the track changes anyway because you're not going slow anymore at the next bit. You're going faster. So it's this evolution of time attack and evolution of mastery of evolution of adventure running that mastery has made into this new fine art where people are getting faster and faster and faster. But I mean, if you're a time attack person, I think, have you enjoyed having faster vehicles?
I'll probably say yes for myself. I don't
Yep,
mind being fast and like that. Because when I do time attack and stuff, it's not about. I just want to have fun.
yep,
Basically, I just want to
yeah,
have
yeah,
records and try to have fun and inspire a game. That's
yeah,
I really enjoyed the most.
yeah, 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 yeah. I must say, I think, did you ever play in the daily competitions?
Yes, I have. I
Yep,
think younger self me was pretty much gone quicker and faster, and then like getting best records.
yep,
And I think to this day, I may still have it, but I'm pretty much don't do it anymore. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's fine. No, the daily, because for me, the daily competition was a great way of getting better at certain tracks with different vehicles. And I mean, to this day, I've still got some world records, not world records. I've got very close to world records in some tracks with some weird and wonderful vehicles because of the daily challenges and stuff. So, um, but yeah, like once most restarted, all of that stuff kind of went the other wayside because all of a sudden people were going, well, people with mastery are going to be faster than everybody else. It's unfair. So um, it kind of ruined a bit of that daily challenge fun, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I'll
Because
be
the
honest.
next part of that was because nitro was the other part. If you had nitro, you got X, Y, Z, and if you didn't, you couldn't do that or you couldn't do this. So it became the make or break part, and then mastery replaced nitro with, that new aspect of making or breaking a track record or whatever. Um, so yeah, I think mastery has its pros, but I think there's a few people that didn't like it as much as they should have, if you know what I
No,
mean.
I'm gonna say they don't really actually. I'll be
Mm,
honest.
yeah, yeah, interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, me as
Speaking.
a long term player, as a long term player, I wanted something to spend my money on. But
Yeah.
you were about to say, sorry.
I was about to say, I was going to go back to the world records when you said you almost had a couple world records.
Yep,
I actually have one world record when it was not mastery. So, and then once I achieved that, I literally just like celebrated and got so excited. I finally got this world record, and I've been. What was the emotion? It was like joyful excitement,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. Oh, I hear, I hear.
yeah, and then I think one time I went to school and I literally say a couple of my classmates, and I say
Yep,
to them, I just got this world record, and I was like one of the coolest kids who got a world record in the school.
yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's and then I think that world record was probably at least maybe like a day or two, and then it just dropped off.
Well, I had a world record in one of the mine tracks on the motorbike, on the
Oh,
motocross, right? I had this world record, and I reckon it lasted about 3.5 hours.
no, that'd have been quick. Wow.
Because I was checking it, I'm like, oh yes, I'm number one, and not just local. This was in the world, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, yay, I got it, I got it, I got it, and I go to check it before I go to bed, and I'm like, there's 4 people faster than me now. I'm like,
Oh no.
what? What? You know, so, and it was a series of landings, and you had to land in the right way, and oh my god, um, it was a 1 in a 10 start, and there was a 1 in 10 chance of stuffing up the first landing, and so it was like just repeat, 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 repeat. But anyway. So yes, I know your feelings. You get a world record only for it to go instantly. Makes you sad. Makes you sad.
Yeah.
Um, and what about these new mythic parts? What are your thoughts on these new mythic parts?
The mythic parts, I'll say the most one I really like to enjoy the most was actually the Echo.
Yep.
Echo is like the most broken thing in the game so far.
Yep.
And I'd say it's good. Like when with that start boost, when you start it up, the next thing is it delays like a 2 second delay and it just goes again. I was like, that's pretty broken, not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I must say, landing boost, Echo landing boost
Ooh.
is even more broken.
Oh yes, I've seen it a couple of times.
I was mucking around with it on the old Forbidden Highway track with the chopper, and I'm like, oh yeah, how good could it be? I broke my own personal record on that track by 12 seconds. And I'm like,
Whoa.
and I mean, not that I had great great times on it anyway, but I got into the 30s without trying on my first run, and I was somewhere in the mid 40s at the same time with the chopper. So yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell type thing. So yeah, good fun indeed.
Yes, good fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, mythics are going to be that next. I think mythics are going to be that next break or make or break part again. Um, So, I mean, I think there's a fair bit of that already um, with some people who have spent the money to get them, if you know what I mean. Um, mm,
I'll just
interesting.
say the amount of the mythic chests with if you go into shops and the price of the mythic chests is like
Yeah.
4,000. I was like, that is ridiculous. But
Yep. Yep.
because someone
Yep.
mentioned it on the Discord server saying that it just needs some higher players to entertain themselves, I think.
Yep. Yeah. I think so. I think so. Hmm. Hmm. No. Well. So I have to ask. Do you have any questions of me?
Um, let's see, I gotta go pull out my notes.
I
Yeah.
like it. You have notes, which is good.
Well, you always keep in mind you gotta figure out which one's the good questions. Um, I've been wanting to ask this.
Yeah.
Um, also, we're gonna start with the classic ones. When did you became? Oh, no, actually, no. Sorry. Who created or who's the idea creating a Oz and Z community podcast?
Oh, that was GDR. So GDR reached out to Pete, and Pete reached out to me, and the three of us kind of went backwards and forwards about what and how and why. GDR was always kind of the leader of all of it. Um, and then we had Maury come in and talk a bit amongst us about what and how and why. And I'm not sure if people know, but after our first episode, we had after our first episode aired, and it was poorly, poorly edited. There was noise in the background and all this other stuff. We'd not done anything right. We had Reese from Fingersoft reach out to us and say we loved it, but we loved it, but we loved the format. We loved all this stuff. But you need to do this, this, and this, and this. And we all were, I mean, we were all gobsmacked. Like, you listened to it? Oh. Um, Shit. Did we say anything bad? All of this stuff come out. Um, so, yeah, GDR was kind of the spearhead. And Pete, he reached out to Pete because him and Pete were close. And Pete reached out to me because me and him had been doing some banter, on chats before, with the daily competitions and a few other bits and pieces. And at that stage, we'd physically met in real life. We used to do a get together at a pub. And he kind of me and him would gel very well face to face, and he thought it was great to have someone he could bounce off, and vice versa. Um, and that proved to be an amazing idea because, yeah, GDR was good. Pete had his own style. I had my own style, and we had a few other little bits and pieces, and we had Brobot and everything else. But yeah, the main idea came from GDR.
Interesting. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
when the podcast came out, obviously I've been listening to it since the day you guys started recording it, and then
yep,
I
yep.
was like, "This is like the most interesting podcast about this game." I was like, "Wow, I finally found a passion to listen to something that you guys talk about some other Australians, New Zealand's, and other teams from over around the world as well, especially with Fingersoft crew as well, with David, Salah, and Reese." I was like, mind blown.
Yeah, yeah. Look, honestly, when like with Reese reaching out to us after the first episode, we our minds were blown as well because we were just thinking, we are having a bit of fun, and this was just basically for our audience. It wasn't for everybody because we originally started, interviewing the likes of, you know, Nubis, and we interviewed Dreddy, and we interviewed, um, you know, those sorts of people, those sorts of guys that have been around the teams and all that sort of stuff. And it wasn't really for the greater worldwide community. But what we found was after Reese had jumped on an episode with us, we started getting a whole lot of people taking notice, and that was all it all just happened so fast it wasn't funny. Um, so yeah, by that stage, we started getting other people wanting to, be on, and we started asking around, and we started getting all these good names. And I mean, I'll say this: we tried extremely hard, very very hard, to get the likes of Vocope and um, you know Vereshak on the podcast. We tried for years to get them on, and uh, once we got Vocope on, that was my point where I thought we'd made it. You know what I mean? because that was the start of crossing the bounds of non-English speaking people with interpreters and all that stuff. And we'd done an Italian guy, we'd done a French guy, we'd done we got by with some Canadians and we got by with some Spanish people and all of that sort of stuff. But it was never an episode in another language that we happened to have an interpreter who could speak Russian/Ukrainian. And I thought that was a milestone for us. That was a really big chip on our shoulders. I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And I mean, the fact that I had the interpreter sitting next to me and she's got no idea about the game. she had she had no idea what we're talking about. She'd talk about jump shocks and she'd look at me like, what the F? What are you talking about? And I said, don't worry, you don't have to translate that. I've got that. So there was a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes because we were face to face recording on one microphone, but we had two sets of earphones. So it was really epic. It was a really, really amazing episode, and that to me was where I thought we'd made it. That was really my turning point. Um, but yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed what we've done so far, and I hope that we can keep you listening.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I'll
Yeah,
probably be around.
yeah. So, any more questions?
No, I think that's pretty much it, I guess.
All right. Well, um, did you want to do? I've got it all set up already. The never have I ever. I've got all the questions lined up. I've got all the. So we're going to ask 12 questions. You get a point for anyone that you answer never to. So the idea is to get as many nevers as possible, not as little. So I'll start with the first one. Have you ever run a team event ticket on a live stream?
I'll say never.
Okay. Have you ever made a custom track?
Yes.
Okay. Has that custom track ever been featured on the community showcase?
I'm going to say yes, it has.
Wow.
It has. I will say, pause it for a second with the never I have. It has. When I had an account called Speedy,
Hmm.
I created a track called Frosted Down. Oh no, Frosted. No, Forest Down. Sorry.
Forest Down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the track that got on the community showcase,
Oh, wow.
and look back, and then when I realized that, well, at least I made it on there. So
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a very limited number of people. I mean, it's getting bigger every day because there's a new custom track every day, but that's fine.
yeah.
Um, have you ever spent gems to get the XP multiplier in the shop?
No.
Oh, never. That's interesting. Have you ever spent 4,000 gems to purchase a legendary chest for XP?
No, I haven't.
No. Have you ever spent real money in the game?
Definitely yes.
I don't want to know how much. I just yes or no. Have you completed masteries for all the current vehicles?
I only done. Can I say like certain number or
No, no. It's either you've done it or you haven't. So you haven't finished them all yet.
no? I haven't. No.
No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No problems. Have you ever thought of giving up playing the game?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We all have. Um, have you ever used a prefix in your name to announce what team you were on?
No.
No, never. Okay, you've always been just Brandon. Have you ever created content for a YouTube channel?
Way back.
It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Have you ever met another HCR teammate player in real life?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And the last one, have you ever done a face reveal on a Discord server?
No.
Never. All right. Well, I have good news and bad news. Um, The good news is you finished with 7 nevers, which is above average, and you don't win anything. But the other part of that is no one wins anything. So I'm proud to present you with absolutely nothing.
Thank you.
And you're welcome to give that nothing to anybody you like.
Sweet.
And you can tell them that you won that nothing on our Never Have I Ever Hill Climb Racing 2. Yeah, there you go. So, sorry, I just ran out of words there. I'm just going to save that before I forget. Okay, so we've now gotten to kind of the end of the podcast. Was there anybody that you wanted to give a shout out to?
Shout out to me.
Oh,
No,
fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
just want to say shout out to probably the Oz and Z community podcast, obviously, and probably I want to mention my new YouTube channel. Obviously, shout out to me as well. It's in my Discord username as well.
Cool.
Currently, but yeah, shout out to everyone, especially the Oz and Z crew.
Appreciate it. And what I'll do is, if you can send me that link, I'll post the link in our. I'll post a link on the YouTube channel and on the Spotify channel, and hopefully we can help each other grow a bit more. So, if you are still listening at this end of the podcast and you've enjoyed what you've heard and you'd want to hear more, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to be on the podcast, just like Brandan has, just reach out to me and send me a message, and I will be happy to chat about anything we can, specifically maybe about HCR2 mostly. But yeah, let's have a chat. Looking forward to having more people on in the future, and thanks for listening. Have a lovely night. Bye.
Goodbye.